Hey guys, Sam here from Wasted Potential, coming at you with another Making Food Sustainably segment. This time I'm going to take you into a little bit of a sweet treat that I like to make occasionally when I have a few too many apples at my disposal, and that's apple cake. Let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is grab your apple. In this case, I have one. Usually you would use 4 if you're going to make a whole cake, but I decided I'm going to make smaller muffins out of it, so I'm just using 1. I'm going to peel the apple here. So take your peeler, get all of the skin off of the apple, and then when you're done peeling, just get rid of your skins, and then you can start dicing the apple pieces. So you're going to want to dice them into small cubes so that they integrate easily into the mixture, the cake batter that is. And just keep getting them into small pieces, like small tiny chunks. If you have a few big pieces here and there, it's not a big deal. Just make sure that they're generally pretty small, like about the size of a fingertip. We're just going to gather the choppings together, and when we're done cutting them, we'll move them to the side for a bit, and we will come back to them later. So now we're going to grab our bowl, and we're going to add our ingredients to it. We have our sugar, we have our cinnamon that we're going to dump in, and we also have, of course, our oats, because this is an apple oat cake after all. And then we have our baking soda and flour, because it's a cake and you're baking. So that's why you have that. And now we have orange juice, because a little bit of orange juice is helpful in mixing the flavors together. And of course, a little bit of oil, because that's always helpful and it keeps everything together. We're going to add a little bit of vanilla. In this case, I'm going to be putting in some maple syrup. I don't think it really matters too much. Do whatever you'd like, but this is what I'm using, along with the next ingredient, which is the carbonated water, which for this recipe, it normally uses egg, but I decided that I'm going to try doing a different approach and using carbonated water instead. So we'll put in our carbonated water and just measure it a little bit. You don't really need that much. So we're gonna add that in. And then we're just gonna take our mixing spoon and just mix everything together real nicely until it becomes very smooth, very chunky sort of batter. And then we'll throw our little pieces of apple in. And we want to make sure that all of the pieces of apple are adequately soaked into the batter. So just get them nice and wet, mix it up a lot. It'd be really nice. And once you have everything mixed up real good like that, then comes the time we can start putting it into a cake tin or a muffin tin. So I'm just gonna kind of coat the muffin tin or the cake tin with some oil so that it doesn't stick too much. And then we're just gonna dump our batter right in there and just get it all in. Make sure there's a good amount of apple to batter ratio that you're putting it into. If it's a regular cake tin, it shouldn't really matter too much, but in this case, I'm making the cupcakes, so you're just gonna make sure that there's a good amount in all of it. And then we're gonna put that in the oven for about 45-50 minutes, at least until it becomes golden brown, about 180 degrees Celsius. I think that's about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now comes the time when we take our apple cake out of the tin. And we have our nice little golden brown apple cake. Looks really tasty. Everything's all mixed together very well. And it's a nice treat that we're gonna have soon. So that is it, my friends. That is how you make delicious apple oat cakes. A nice little treat that's very easy to make, good when you don't want to waste a bunch of your apples that you fear might be going bad, and you have some oil and some sugar, some flour and carbonated water, and whatever else you use in the whole recipe. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below. And if you like the content that you see here regularly, feel free to subscribe. I've been Sam from Waste Potential. Take care. Have a good night. Peace.